Hi, I'm Fiona Rice. I'm standing in the Southwest National Park, surrounded by the Port Davey Marine Reserve, in the remote southwest corner of the vast and magnificent Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area. I'm here to show you how we as visitors play a critical role in keeping this wild and beautiful part of our island state pristine for generations to come. So come with me as we journey together above and below the waters of the Port Davey Marine Reserve. The Marine Reserve encompasses some 17,000 hectares and extends inland for more than 20 kilometres to the north and east and up to the high water mark of all rivers, bays and estuaries. It was declared in 2005 to protect all marine life and all marine habitats, and is managed by the Tasmania Parks and Wildlife Service. To visit the Marine Reserve, you can walk, a journey of around 7 days, come by boat, or fly in by light plane. From the air, this region is surely one of the most magnificent landscapes on the planet. Underwater, the landscape is even more amazing. Hidden beneath a top layer of dark, tea-coloured, tannin-rich freshwater, living in the saltwater depth, is an incredible array of unusual, colourful and very fragile marine creatures. Back in Hobart, I met with marine biologist and underwater photographer Karen Gowlett-Holmes, who was involved in some of the early discoveries in Port Davey.
The first time I went down to the Port Davey area was in 1993, and it was just utterly amazing. The scenery, but also just the marine environment with the dark black tannin water on the surface. Looks red when you look up to it, but underneath it, it's clear, but it's so dark, and you have all these deep water animals coming into shallow water, and there was so many things that you either never expected to be able to dive with or that we'd never seen before. It was just absolutely stunning. There was really strong reasons for making this a marine reserve. It's a combination of the environment and of the features of the area. You have the tannin water on the surface, and this cuts out the plants. So you get plants down to less than a metre through most of the area. Beyond that, it's just animal life. And down in the clear seawater, you get all these deep water animals coming in, but you get few fish. So the area is dominated by invertebrates, and this makes it unique, not only in an Australian sense and in the true sense of the word unique, but in a world sense. There is no other area like this anywhere in the world, not just in Australia, the world. Visitors can help in a lot of ways, and very simple ways. Firstly, a lot of marine pests are spread by hull fouling, so it's very important that the hulls are cleaned before they go around and good anti-fouls are applied. This really does make a big difference. Otherwise, that they're spread is by ballast water or by bilge water. So it's also very important that people make sure that they do not discharge any ballast water or bilge water or any wastewater into the marine system at all. If they have to do it, take the vessel well outside the marine reserve and discharge offshore.
Bathurst Channel is the most sensitive part of the Marine Reserve, and as far as scuba diving is concerned, it's also the jewel. I caught up with dive instructor Mick Barron at the Hobart waterfront and asked him why.
Well, the Bathurst Channel, because of that dark surface layer, has these strange animals that generally occur in much deeper water. Sea whips, sea pens, soft corals, all these things that are generally beyond the realm of the average scuba diver are available in less than 10 metres of water. Many of these are new species to science, being discovered on a regular basis. It's like diving at night, all the time. You have no reference. You sink slowly into 10 metres of water. You do not know where you are until you hit the bottom. It's subject to strong currents. Buoyancy control is absolutely paramount. The sea whips, the sea pens are very, very fragile. easily damaged. So therefore anchors and anchor chains are very destructive and should never be dropped in these places. But the diver himself must be very careful. He must have all his gear tightly attached to him, no dangling gauges, no torches dragging across the bottom, etc. The code of conduct on the Marine Reserve map explains these things, and they must be strictly adhered to.
If you are an experienced scuba diver and you'd like to dive in this marine reserve, the Parks and Wildlife Service prefer that you dive with one of their licensed commercial dive companies. These people are familiar with the area and its risks. If you'd rather keep your head above water, another way to enjoy the marine reserve is to kayak. An ecotourism company operating out of a discreet camp on the shores of Bathurst Harbour offers a variety of wilderness tours to suit their clients and the weather. This is one of the most tranquil and intimate ways to explore the marine reserve. I spoke with Quag, one of their guides. Quag has a very personal attachment to the area, as she is the granddaughter of Denny King, who lived at Melaleuca.
This is like my favourite place in the world, and it is a privilege to be sharing it with other people from all over the place.
So do you need to be an experienced kayaker to join one of your tours?
No, some people haven't been in a kayak at all before. Other people have their own kayaks and kayak on a regular basis. So we have to pitch the trip to a mixed bunch and make sure everyone's happy, everyone's getting a good experience, and it's easy with this place. It's such an amazing place. It's very diverse and every day is different. Every morning we'll be saying, well, it depends on the weather. What we do tomorrow, it will depend on the weather.
Quag and I also talked about the problem of a plant disease called Phytophthora, or root rot. There are large areas of moorland and heathland surrounding the marine reserve affected by the disease. Most are alongside walking tracks and around campsites, as the disease is spread in mud and dirt, usually on the soles of our shoes and in our camping gear. Once root rot infects an area, it can't be removed. So preventing its arrival and spread is absolutely critical. Visitors must arrive with clean gear. Keeping to form tracks is also very important because it helps prevent new infestations. And when you're moving about within the marine reserve, before stepping ashore at any new location, remember to scrub your boots.